Hi, ladies. So, yeah, I know a lot of you have heard me talk so often about having a goal, having a dream, going for those things, and the importance of it. And I really do feel it is important. Also, just I know I haven't talked a lot about this, and I also don't want to bore you today with it, but about the neuroscience, what happens in your brain when you actually have a goal, and optimism, and how it fights off depression and anxiety and all the positive things that comes from it. But I don't want to go into all the scientific names of what happens. But today I also want to talk a little bit in this line, but about the fear. That sometimes we want to achieve something, we have this desire, but we are afraid. There's a fear that keeps us back, and then we never take action. We never go into doing something because of that fear that paralyzes us and it keeps you from moving forward and actually going for a dream. So I want to share like something in my own life. Like I know some of you have often heard me talk about that my husband and I really like snorkeling. We love going snorkeling in the tidal pools on the ocean. And obviously it rubs off on our children even because like both my kids, even for Christmas this year, they all got both of them got a submarine and they have all these little snorkel men and fish and stuff that goes with it. So they also love the idea of snorkeling and seeing the fish and what happens. And yeah, my toddler, he has his own way of explaining things. And my 4-year old talks nonstop about whale sharks and anglerfish and this thing and that thing and all kinds of stuff like that. So obviously it sort of spills over. But for me, I've always wanted to learn to free dive. And yeah, I follow all this free diving stuff on TikTok and on Instagram and wherever else. So I have this amazing desire to learn to free dive. But I also have this incredible fear of learning to do it. And yeah, even when I've actually a couple of times now already, when we've gone snorkeling, I've had a panic attack in the water and I've completely freaked out. And two of the times that it was really bad, actually, amazingly, those two times, a friend of my husband was with us, and he works for sea rescue, and he could calm me down and swim me out to, you know, especially if you're very deep in the sea, behind the waves, if you're snorkeling so far in, he was able to swim me back to shore. And but still, I have this amazing desire to want to do it, but that fear because I know now. I also know, okay, sometimes I completely freak out, especially when the water starts doing this. Even if my kids are in the bath with me and they start moving the water, I start feeling seasick. It's ridiculous. I'm just in the bath. Never mind on a boat. I get very bad seasick. But so those little things of knowing that something could go wrong can almost make that desire that you have that you don't achieve it. And very often I think we have dreams and desires or things we want to do, and sometimes it can be just a fear of addressing something in a relationship or asking for a raise, asking somebody a date, deciding whether to get married or not, moving your kids to a different school. It can be anything. You know what the fear is that's in your life that you just can't face. And so, like for me, I know the free diving thing is like a big thing. So, like, let me show you. Yeah. So this is what I made. I actually drew this the other day because my toddler keeps asking me when I sit down to draw, Mommy, can you draw a shipwreck? So I drew the shipwreck, but then obviously I added the free diver because it's something that I actually want to learn to do. Or it just spills over into everything I make in my sticky book. So whether I'm sticking things, oh goodness, can you see this? Little snorkel pictures in and drawing little snorkel pictures, and it's everywhere in my book. Diving things I want to achieve, things I want to see. I don't know if you can see exactly there. So it sort of like flows over into that. But yeah, then I also want to talk a little bit about fear setting. I know Tim Ferris, he has this thing called fear setting, and it's a TED talk, you can go look it up. And he talks about defining your fears. Like what if I decide to do this thing that I'm avoiding? If I decide to do it, what is really the worst thing that can happen? And to write it down, not just to have it in your head, but really write down for yourself what is the worst thing that can really happen. If it happens, what is there that I can prevent it from happening? And what is there, if it does happen, that I can do to actually get out of it, to, if it did happen, what am I going to do to make it better? Writing it actually down. And sometimes we realize then, okay, this thing that I'm so afraid of asking for a raise, or this thing or that thing, the worst that can happen is not actually as bad, and then actually to go think about, if I'm even partially successful in achieving this thing and facing this, what is the benefit of my life going to be? What good can come from it? Even if I don't completely succeed, but I just have a small bit of success, what is the benefit of it going to be? What is the third thing he does then is he makes a list of, if you do not go for this thing and you decide to not take any action, what is the cost actually going to be in 6 months' time, in a year's time, in 3 years' time, in 10 years' time? What is the effect on your life going to be if you do not decide to, whether it be talk to somebody, learn to free dive, learn to ask for something, address something, whatever it could be, it can be different things. All of us are facing different fears in our lives. Even me, in the situation where we want to move to a different town, there's certain fears, but if I really write them out and I think about it, it actually makes it, I realize, oh, it's not that bad. So this week I really want to ask you, go think about what fear is there that you maybe don't want to face, that you the whole time think about, I want to do this, but the fear is paralyzing you. And make a little thing, whether it be words that you cut out from a magazine to tell yourself to do this, whether it be pictures of that thing, stick it up and make a step closer to actually facing that thing, to say, maybe I can achieve this year. Like for me, I decided this year somewhere, I want to start going for swimming lessons just to calm myself in the water, because I think sometimes I can panic a lot in the water, and just take small action steps. Just realize that you're capable of facing those fears and you can do it. So make some sticky thing this week, stick it in your book, put it on your fridge, wherever, so that you can actually face this thing and make the best of it. Don't waste time. Life is so short. Really, just don't procrastinate because of fear, but rather face it.